My name is Katie Filipovich, and this is my second attempt at my persuasive speech.
Steve.
I'm August.
Scott.
Will you take it?
Hunter.
Kristen.
Sarah Kate.
Jordan.
Andy.
Tori.
Jackson.
Taylor Swift.
Nate. Nate.
It's uncomfortable. Take a minute and think about the thing that you are most passionate about. Sports, medicine, religion, teaching. Is your passion incorporated into your career or your career ambitions? One thing I'm extremely passionate about, or used to be at least, is teaching. Throughout high school, I was involved in a very special program. Through this program, I was given the opportunity to assist my peers with various cognitive and intellectual, as well as physical, disabilities. In addition to this, I also learned about these interesting and complex disabilities. Because of these programs, I became extremely passionate about teaching others with these disabilities. However, when I dug into a more in-depth research about it, I was not as motivated due to the low average salary rate of special education teachers. Today, I will provide you with a few unfortunate problems that our educators throughout the United States face today. And because of this, I will also give you one single answer to all of these problems: raising our teachers' salaries. We need to properly reward our educators for their extremely strong credentials and hard work by increasing their salaries. Earlier this year, statistics were reported by college scholarships that showed the average loan debt for college students who receive their degree from a four-year university is about $26,600. This extreme number doesn't even include students that attended private colleges. The report also displays that number quickly doubles for those students that continue their educations and go into a graduate program. This matters because many of our dedicated teachers today do in fact have a master's degree. David Feldman of the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administration uncovered that since the 1980s, the cost of tuition has increased by about 7% every single year, when the inflation rate has only increased by about 3.2% each year. That 3.8% difference is huge. It's so important that we remember how valuable having quality educators in our society really is. So, why are we currently paying our teachers the lowest average rate of occupations that actually require a degree? Well, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics and U.S. News, the median salary for teachers in the United States today was about $55,000. The fortunate top 10% of those teachers actually made just roughly $87,000 annually, and the less fortunate, the bottom 10% of teachers, make just about $37,000 a year. Our educators don't just teach us basic classroom skills, they give us so much more. Sharon Ewers, an educator herself, stated, "We live in the information age, and it's my job to make sure that your children grow up and thrive in a world that's not just about knowledge, but the ability to tap into vast collections of information." As a student, we spend a good portion of our lives being influenced by our teachers. We spend so much time with them that they're basically another set of parents for us. By increasing teacher salaries, the education field would become more competitive, which would then open up the opportunity for Americans to have the best of the best educating and teaching and preparing our future generations. Lastly, raising our teachers' salaries would change the atmosphere in a lot of classrooms. It would greatly improve. Margaret Miller, a professor of education at the Curry School of Education in Virginia, say that they are spending more than half of their time teaching and working on lessons plans, as well as classroom-related activities outside of the classroom. They spend an extraneous amount of time outside, doing things like grading papers, tutoring the students that need their extra help, and also creating those lesson plans. If their salaries are raised, this would no longer be as big of a deal, and teachers would be more willing to do these things and put the extra work in outside of their typical workday. In turn, this will raise the quality of education that students receive in the United States. All of society can benefit from this. Teachers, students, employers. The obvious way is that teachers would be making more money, which leads to being happier and feeling more appreciated. They would then also be able to be more motivated to excel in their job. Students will then be able to be administered a better quality of education because they'll have educators that are more passionate and motivated while teaching them. Employers will also benefit from this increase in teacher salaries because their new prospective employers will be greatly improved and see those skill sets along with a better education background. Educators are the base of our future generations. They're not rewarded for their hard work that they pour into their career and deserve more. Teachers should receive an increase in their salaries to compensate not only for their dedication and hard work, but also because of the impact that they have on the future of this country. By doing this, the education system would tremendously improve because they would be happier and more students would be attracted to become pursuing teaching as a career. Personally, if salary was increased for special education teachers, I would currently be going to school for that. I'm not the only one who's turned away from becoming an educator because of the low salary wages. Just think about the potential that the United States education system would have just by simply increasing those salaries. And here is my audience again.